Hello friends, today we will discuss about some evaluation techniques on limit. In the previous video lectures, already we have discussed what is the meaning of limit and how to evaluate or to find out the limit of different functions. Now today, already as we have seen, we may evaluate easily the limits of polynomials and limits of some but not all rational functions by direct substitution. However, as we saw in the introductory section of limits, it is clearly possible or certainly possible for limit x tends to a or x approaching to a fx to exist when fa is undefined. The following observation allows us to evaluate many types of limit. Suppose for all x not equal to a, fx is equal to gx, that means fx and gx are of two different type of functions of x over some open interval containing the a. Then we may write that limit x tends to a fx is equal to limit x approaching to a gx. To understand this better idea, consider the limit. Already we have discussed about the limit at first in the previous video lectures. That is, limit x tends to 1 and the function is x square minus 1 upon x minus 1. Now the function can be written in the way that x square minus 1, that means a square minus b square formula we can apply here, and we can write the x square minus 1 as x minus 1 into x plus 1. So that is our numerator. Now the denominator is x minus 1. So we can omit the x minus 1 from numerator and denominator. So the function becomes just like x plus 1. So putting the value of x is equal to 1, we can get the result as 2 for the limit. Now let's check what is happening according to the graph or the figure. Now gx is equal to x plus 1. That function is the identical for all values of x not equal to 1. That is the function, that is gx x plus 1. Now if we look at the function here, that is x square minus 1 upon x minus 1, we can check both the graph are same, and those graphs of fx and gx are identical for x not equal to 1. So their limits at 1 are equal, and that is just like 2. So we see that limit x tends to 1, x square minus 1 upon x minus 1 is equal to limit x tends to 1, x minus 1 we are omitting it. So that is limit x tends to 1, x plus 1, that one is 2. So the limit has the form limit x approaching a fx into gx, where limit x approaching to a fx is equal to 0 and limit x approaching to a gx is equal to 0. In this case, we say that fx by gx has the intermediate form, that is 0 by 0. The following problem solving strategy provides a general outline for evaluating limits of this type. Let's check. First, we need to make sure that our function has the appropriate form and cannot be evaluated immediately using the limit laws already has been described in the previous videos. We need to find a function that is equal to hx, that one is equal to fx by gx for all x not equal to a over some interval containing the a. To do this, we may need to try one or more of the following steps. Number 1, if fx and gx are polynomials, we should factor each function and cancel out any common factors. Already we have seen here that we have factorized the numerator part, that is x square minus 1, and already we have cancelled out that x minus 1 from the numerator and the denominator part. If the numerator or denominator constants are difference involving a square root, we should try multiplying the numerator and denominator by the conjugate of the expression involving the square root. That is another type of solving method. If fx by gx is a complex fraction, we begin by simplifying it. So last, we apply the limit laws. So the first one already been described here. Let's check with an problem. We have to evaluate here the limit x approaching to 3 and x square minus 3x upon 2x square minus 5x minus 3. So here that is the fx upon gx format. So at first we have to check that the gx for the limit x tends to 3 or x equal to 3 is becoming 0 or not. And in fact, here we are finding that when we substitute 3 into the function, we get that is 0 by 0 for numerator also and also for the denominator, and that is undefined. So we must try to factorize it at first for both the fx and the gx. Now x square minus 3x can be written in the way of x into x minus 3, and the denominator part 2x square minus 5x minus 3 can be written in the way of x minus 3 into 2x plus 1. So we can cancel out the x minus 3 that part. So here the function is becoming just like x by 2x plus 1, that one. So now just put the value of x is equal to 3 here. So the limit is now limit x approaches to 3, x divided by 2x plus 1. So putting the value of x is equal to 3, we are getting the result as 3 by 7. So that is the way we can evaluate the limit by factoring and cancelling. Let's check with another example. We have to evaluate the limit x approaching to minus 1. The numerator is the square root of x plus 1 minus 1 and the denominator is the x plus 1. So here we just when putting the value of x is equal to minus 1, we are getting the result as fx by gx as 0 by 0. So what we can do? That is the form 0 by 0 at minus 1. So let's begin by multiplying the square root of x plus 2 plus 1. That means that is the form of type if the numerator or the denominator contains a difference involving a square root, we should try multiplying the numerator and denominator by the conjugate of the expression involving the square root. So that is the way here. So here that is containing square root of x plus 2 plus 1. So we get here that is minus 1. So we have the conjugate that is plus 1 for the square root of x plus 2 minus 1. On the numerator and denominator, we are multiplying the both conjugate. So on the numerator that is square root of x plus 2 minus 1 into square root of x plus 2 plus 1. And the denominator is now x plus 1 into square root of x plus 2 plus 1. Now when we multiply out the numerator, that is the form of a minus b into a plus b. So that is a square minus b square, and we get the numerator final result as x plus 1. Now the denominator, that is x plus 1 into square root of x plus 2 plus 1. Now we cancel this, that is x plus 1. Now the function is just like 1 upon square root of x plus 2 plus 1. Now put the value of x is equal to minus 1 here. That means we are using the limit laws and we get the result as 1 by 2. Just 1 square root of x plus 2 plus 1 or 1 by 2. So that is the way when we can evaluate the limit by multiplying by a conjugate. Let's check another problem when that is a complex fraction. Here the limit is of type limit x approaching to 1, and the numerator is 1 by x plus 1 minus 1 by 2 upon x minus 1. So what we can do? Let's check the value putting x is equal to 1 in the limit or the function form for the numerator and the denominator. Now that is becoming 0 by 0. 1 by 1 plus 1, that is half minus half, that is 0, and just like 1 by 1 plus 1 minus half, that is 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2, and 1 minus 1. So that is 0 by 0 at 1. So we simplify the algebraic fraction by multiplying by 2 into x plus 1 upon 2 into x plus 1. So that one is given and we are multiplying it with 2 into x plus 1 upon 2 into x plus 1. So next we multiply through the numerators, and the numerator is becoming 2 minus x plus 1. Do not multiply the denominators because we want to be able to cancel the factor, that is x minus 1. So the denominator part is now 2 into x minus 1 into x plus 1. Here simplifying the numerator we are getting, that is minus x plus 1, which is particularly taking the common as x minus 1. So we can simply cancel the x minus 1 here. So that is becoming minus 1 by 2 into x plus 1. Now use the limit laws and put the value of x equal to 1 here. So that is minus 1 upon 2 into 1 plus 1, or the result is minus 1 by 4. So that is the 3 type of evaluation technique we can use to solve the limit. In the next video, we will discuss about some more evaluation techniques on limit.